Hi, Mike. Okay. Let's see. Bet you no one's getting notifications because I've been live too many times today. So let me see here. All right, how you doing, Mike? Or should we wait here for a few minutes, see if anybody comes in? Let me try something here. Let's see. Hi, Gelby. Okay. All right, so all right, let's go to, hold on a minute. Okay, so we have North Carolina. A baby and an adult were gunned down Sunday night in a shooting in a Monroe apartment. Darian McClendon and Damar McClendon had both been shot by the time police arrived to a Morrow Avenue apartment shortly after 10 p.m. Darian was 25 years old and Damar was 4 months old. Both died of their injuries. Police did not immediately share information about the relationship between the man and the baby. This is a very difficult time for our community and our officers in the face of this senseless act of violence, Monroe Police Department Chief Brian Gillard said in a statement. We're committed to bringing the perpetrator of this crime to justice. Monroe police say they're still looking for suspects. They ask anyone with information to call 704-282-4700. That's pretty sad. Okay, now. Then we have okay, so we have here. We did there were a bunch of shootings in different states. Now we talked about the one in Oklahoma last night. There were 5 people shot following an incident at a party in West Phoenix. An alleged shooting at a party left at least 5 people with gunshot wounds, according to the Phoenix police on Sunday. Police say a total of 6 people were injured, but did not specify if all 6 were shot. So there were various shootings. Derry, New Hampshire, police are searching for a driver who injured an officer in a hit and run. Derry, New Hampshire police are searching for a person who drove off after hitting a police officer who was conducting a traffic stop on early Saturday morning. Happened around 12:10 a.m. on Route 28 in Derry. After hitting the officer, the driver continued southbound towards Wyndham. The officer was taken to Parkland Medical Center with injuries that were described as serious but non-life-threatening, thank goodness. The officer was later released from the hospital. Derry police say the suspect's vehicle is a small white SUV, probably a Mitsubishi Outlander. The vehicle will likely be missing its passenger side mirror, and anyone with information is asked to call the police. Two Ohio homeowners shot an intruder who attempted a home invasion and assaulted the residents on Saturday. 2 homeowners remain unnamed, but they reacted to a man breaking into their Westchester, Ohio home at 4 a.m. on Saturday. Police say the intruder assaulted one of the residents, dragging them out of the home. The other resident then grabbed a gun, shooting the intruder. Both the intruder and the resident who was assaulted are now in the hospital. The victims had a personal relationship with the assailant. Police are still investigating the incident, but no charges have been filed against the homeowners for the shooting. The incident comes days after a West Virginia woman defended a graduation party against a man who began firing a rifle indiscriminately at partygoers last week. The man, 37-year-old Dennis Butler, had previously fought with attendees who accused him of speeding through an intersection where children were playing. He left and then later returned with a rifle and was killed soon afterwards. No one at the party was injured. Crazy stuff. So there was a stampede that broke out at Brooklyn's Barclays Center after a false report of an active shooter. A stampede broke out at Brooklyn's Barclays Center just after midnight on Sunday after a false report of an active shooter situation, according to the NYPD. A crowd was leaving Barclays following a boxing match when a loud noise was heard. The loud noise reportedly spooked the crowd, causing many to start running in fear of a shooter. Some began running away while others ran back inside. Approximately 10 people were injured and taken to the local hospital in stable condition. After investigating, police determined no shots had been fired in the area, and it's unclear what caused the loud noise. Tennis star Naomi Osaka, who was at the event, tweeted that she was petrified during the chaos. "I was just at the Barclays Center, and suddenly I hear shouting and saw people running, and then we were being yelled at that there was an active shooter, and we had to huddle in a room and close the doors. I was so petrified," she wrote. She followed up saying she hoped everyone made it out safely. Approximately 19,000 people, including Osaka and Madonna, were in attendance on Saturday night to watch the boxing match between undefended lightweight champion Gervonta Davis and Rolando Romero. It's unclear if Madonna was present during the stampede of terrified attendees. Videos posted on Twitter of the aftermath of the stampede showed shoes and hats left behind as people scrambled to flee the area. The incident comes just days after the shooter in Texas killed 19 children and 2 elementary school teachers, and just weeks after a shooter in Buffalo, New York, killed 10 people in a supermarket. Okay, let me go to hold on one second. So I was going to tell you something. Okay, authorities are searching for an endangered teen girl who has not been seen in 2 weeks. This is Virginia. This is the state of Virginia, where they're looking for a 13-year-old girl who was reportedly last seen more than 2 weeks ago. Madeline Braswell vanished from her grandmother's home in Lynchburg, Virginia on May 15th. Additional details regarding her disappearance were not provided, but state police say She was a passenger in a black 2007 Dodge Ram 1500 pickup with Virginia license plates reading VLR 9511. Braswell was described as being 5'1", weighing 100 pounds, having brown eyes and brown hair. Reportedly, that the media reported that her hair may be shaved and dyed blonde. Anyone with information regarding Braswell's whereabouts is asked to call the Campbell County Sheriff's Office at 434-332-9574. Now, there was a, hold on here. Authorities, and we have another missing teen here. Okay, this one, let's see. Out of Chicago, Chicago police are searching for a 19-year-old teen who disappeared from Hyde Park, in the Hyde Park area. Chicago police are searching. Reports that Christopher Perry was last seen in the 5400 block of South Ridgewood Court. Perry is described as a white male who stands 6'1" with brown hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information on Perry's whereabouts should contact Area 1 detectives at 312-747-8380. Okay, then here we have a senseless death. This is the one I just told you about in North Carolina. A man and his 4-month-old son were killed Sunday in a shooting in North Carolina. Darian McClendon, 25, and his son, Damari McClendon, were found dead at the scene of the shooting. A 9-year-old and 11-year-old were reportedly also in the home at the time of the shooting. No arrests have been made, and it's unclear what led to the shooting. This is a very difficult time for our community and our officers in face of this senseless act of violence. Okay, again, they don't have many other details. If anybody knows who this is, they're searching for a suspect. The number is 704-282-4700, and that's to the Monroe Police Department. Now, that husband, that New Hampshire man that made his wife, behead the guy he allegedly having an affair with. The New Hampshire man who murdered his wife's co-worker was sentenced Friday to life behind bars plus an additional 45 years. Armando Barron, 32, was convicted of killing Jonathan Amirault, 25, after Amirault had an affair with Barron's wife, Brittany Barron. Prosecutors said during the trial that Armando Barron brutally beat his wife after finding text messages between her and Amirault in September of 2020. Brittany took the stand during the trial and cried as she recalled her husband ordering her to behead Amirault. Armando Barron was said to have sent their children to their grandmother's house next door before taking Brittany to Amirault. Don't do anything stupid or the girls are going to walk into something expletive gruesome. Brittany testified, recalling what Barron did to her. After Barron took her to Amirault and shot him, he then pushed her to finish the job by ordering her to slash his throat. I said, "No, I'm not going to kill him. I can't," she said. I could hear John struggling to breathe. As Amirault pleaded for his life and said he'd never see Brittany again, Barron didn't care and continued to abuse him. He's like, "Look at her. Do you think she's pretty? So, you still think she's pretty?" John looked at me and said, "Yeah, I do." Amirault was reported missing by his mother after he failed to show up for work at Teleflex Medical OEM. Amirault and Barron were both employees at the company when they met. When investigators spoke with Armando Barron, he told them that he was upset because his marriage was breaking up and that he'd last seen his wife on Saturday when he dropped her off to go camping with friends. According to Brittany's version of events, recorded in a previous affidavit, Armando left her 225 miles away at a cross-country site that they frequently used for camping, with Amaralt's body, ordering her to bury him by the time he returned. Armando Barron learned of his wife's affair when he went through her cell phone. He later used his wife's phone to lure Amaralt to Annette Wayside Park, where when Amaralt arrived, Armando Barron allegedly beat Brittany in front of him before attacking Amaralt. Brittany Barron would not place her finger on the trigger, the affidavit said, summarizing her account of the incident. When she did not shoot him, Armando removed the gun from her hand. Armando Barron also told Brittany to slice Amaralt's wrists, she said, and she did, according to an arrest affidavit. At that point, Armando Barron fired 3 shots at Amaralt, 2 into the chest and 1 into the head. Barron then allegedly ordered Brittany to drive Amaralt's car with his body inside to the camping area. He reportedly followed in his own vehicle, stopping at a general store for tarps, lighter fluid, household cleaner, and a shovel. After they arrived at their remote campsite, Armando ordered Brittany to remove Amaralt's head. She did that and buried it, she told detectives. Then she said Armando ordered her to wrap Amaralt's body in a tarp and dig a grave. Armando Barron ordered Brittany to come with him to an area where there was cell phone service. Shortly thereafter, Armando stopped the car and smashed Jonathan's phone on a rock. Armando gave part of the smashed phone to Brittany. They threw the separate parts of the phone out of the vehicle, according to the affidavit. Brittany Barron said her husband also ordered her to text friends that she was leaving for a while to clear her head. Investigators saw the messages, the affidavit said. After police found Amaralt's body and his car covered in a tarp and a variety of vegetation, they took Brittany into custody. She told them her husband was coming back with concrete dirt and their 9-year-old daughter. State police found him driving his stepfather's vehicle and arrested him. The depravity of your actions and single-handedly causing the pain and suffering and death of Jonathan Amaralt show an extreme indifference to the value of human life, Judge Elizabeth Leonard said during sentencing, according to the New York Daily News. Your actions were brutal. They were absolutely horrific. They were selfish, and they were completely senseless. Okay. And then Murdaugh is in the news again. Court documents filed on Thursday allegedly showed that a bank allowed South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh to overdraft his account, sometimes in the 6-figure area. Palmetto State Bank apparently allowed Murdaugh to keep his accounts in the negative for the past several years. Despite this, the bank allegedly gave Murdaugh large loans, which he has said to have not paid back on time. Authorities claim that Murdaugh's banking behavior should have appeared on anti-fraud reports, but that never occurred. Palmetto State Bank gave Murdaugh a $750,000 line of credit, even though his account was in the negatives, negative $162,000 plus. Murdaugh's relationship with Russell Lafitte, Palmetto State Bank's former CEO, has come under scrutiny. Lafitte resigned in January before he was criminally charged with 21 counts of alleged conspiring with the attorney to steal $2 million. Murdaugh, who remains jailed, was arrested in October for allegedly stealing $4.3 million from the estate of his former housekeeper, Gloria Satterfield, who suffered a fatal fall on his property in February of 2018. In that case, he was accused of stealing insurance payouts that were intended for Satterfield's family. At the time of his arrest, Murdaugh was out on bail and undergoing treatment at a rehabilitation center in Florida. Murdaugh went to Florida after he survived an alleged suicide for hire plot that entailed a client shooting him in the head so his surviving son would receive a $10 million life insurance payout. The September 3rd incident resulted in him being charged with insurance fraud. No suspects have been arrested in connection with the June 7th shooting deaths of Maggie, his wife, and son Paul, who were killed at the family's 1,770-acre lodge in Colton County, their hunting property. Okay, so convicted child killer Tracy Connolly is reportedly fuming after a British judge decided against allowing her a new identity upon prison release. Connolly, who reportedly gained a lot of weight in prison, was blocked from getting a name change and instead was reportedly told by the parole board to lose weight and dye her hair. Tracy was fuming when she heard the news. It's very rare to give prisoners a new identity. The bar is extremely high, and she did not cross that threshold, a prison source reportedly said. Tracy did not qualify in 2013 and was told nothing had changed. The prison officers managing her release have told her the best thing that she could do to avoid attention would be to change her appearance by drastically losing weight and dyeing her hair. But she's still a pretty big woman, so a huge weight loss is not likely over the coming weeks. In 2009, Connolly was sentenced to prison for causing or allowing the death of her son, Peter, also known as Baby P. Court documents indicate that Peter had more than 50 bruises on his body and had been on the at-risk registry, with over 60 visits from police and social services before his death. Connolly's boyfriend at the time, Stephen Barker, was sentenced to 32 years in prison for torturing Peter, while Connolly's brother, Jason Owen, was sentenced to 6 years for doing nothing while the victim was being tortured. Unbelievable. Okay, then we have a 7-year-old Idaho girl missing since Sunday. The Idaho State Police issued an endangered persons alert for a young girl last seen on Sunday night. According to East Idaho News, 7-year-old Christina E. Juliet was last seen at around 8 p.m. Sunday in the 400 block of Bluebell Avenue. Police say she was wearing rainbow shoes and pink, purple, and white pants. Christina is described as a black female who stands 3 feet tall, weighs 41 pounds. Then there was a 10-year-old Florida elementary school student was arrested on Saturday after he allegedly texted a threat to conduct a mass shooting at the school. The Lee County Sheriff's Office said the boy, a fifth grader at Patriot Elementary School in Cape Coral, was arrested after he was interviewed by detectives. Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marceno had harsh words for the suspect or anyone else considering such action, especially in the wake of the massacre in Uvalde, Texas, earlier this week, saying the student's behavior was sickening. Right now is not the time to act like a little delinquent, Marceno said. It's not funny. The child made a fake threat and now he's experiencing real consequences. Lee County engaged his school threat investigation team and then its Youth Services Criminal Investigation Division on the matter. Making sure our children are safe is paramount, Marceno said. We will have law and order in our schools. My team didn't hesitate 1 second, not 1 second, to investigate this threat. The boy was charged with making a written threat to conduct a mass shooting. Investigators did not mention the boy's parents. Then we have an angry Alabama woman an Alabama woman's been charged with attempted murder after she allegedly rammed a semi-tractor into a mobile home in Piedmont, Alabama. Rhonda D. Young, 56, got into an argument with her boyfriend, apparently leading to the incident. The boyfriend was taken to the hospital for treatment. 2 other people were in the home at the time, Johnson said, but they were uninjured. They were, he said, in great danger of harm during the event. Young was also charged with 2 counts of attempted assault. Johnson said the incident was still under investigation. No other information was released. Young was booked into the Calhoun County Jail early Monday morning. Oh my gosh, guys, I am so tired. Three California elementary school students were hospitalized on Thursday after another student shared cannabis gummies with them during a snack break. All 3 of the Jacoby Creek Elementary School's third graders have been released and are doing well. The student who brought the gummies to class did not know they contained marijuana. In an email to parents, Nanisi said the student shared the gummies with 4 students and the 3 were taken to the hospital when they showed signs of intoxication. Unsure of the cause at first, Nanisi said the classroom was evacuated over fears they might have been exposed to carbon monoxide. Once it was determined the cause was the gummies, the students returned to class. This was a frightening incident for our entire school community. Arcata police officer Hyde Grossman said the department was investigating the incident and cautioned parents to store such edibles in a safe location away from children because obviously they come in candy form. And guys, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, but I deeply apologize, but I cannot keep my eyes open. I cannot keep my eyes open. I know it's really brief tonight, and I feel bad. I feel terrible. I don't know what's happening, but I'm really sorry. But I'm just so tired. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.